ladies and gentlemen of the press. Thank you so much for coming in to stay with us here. We do really appreciate the role that you've played, especially members of the Fourth Estate, when it comes to working with the committee to ensure that Kenyans get to know the progresses we have made and what is in the need that we intend to share with Kenyans even as we move forward. Mine is to encourage the members of the public that as you send us the memoranda, it will be very important for you to get to acquaint yourself with the memorandum of understanding that was signed by the two principals, because that will then inform the engagement that we are going to have. Remember, this is a national process, and we want to encourage everyone to stick to the issues in the MOU, even as you raise your points of concerns and even as you come to the committee to see how best we can shepherd this process together so that in the end, all of us, because this is a national process for every Kenyan, so that all of us can get to have a nation that we can be proud of, a nation that is going to move forward together so that no one will be feeling to have been left behind, a nation that everyone will be proud of, a nation that everyone will feel a part and parcel of belonging in there. And so as we move forward, because we now start to embarking on the process of going to the people so that we can listen from them, kindly help us, help other Kenyans shepherd this process together. This committee is there for all of you. Do not feel that, some of you or a part of you is not welcome here. This is a committee for all of us. Please feel free to come to us. We are here, as the chairs mentioned, at the Magadi room. Come and deposit your memoranda with us. If you have any questions, we have our contacts there. You will take them there, and then you can seek clarifications on further engagements with us. Remember that before the late Raila Odinga left us, he always reminded us to always be cognizant of the spirit of the MOU that is signed with Excellency the President. And for those of us who loved and adored him, we want to encourage all of us in the spirit of the MOU. Let us come together and help us build this nation together. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim will give us the inclusivity agenda of this committee.
Thank you, Chair. I want to appreciate the presence of this big gathering of the Fourth Estate. Clearly, it's an indication that Kenyans are interested in this 10-point agenda and how it's progressing, what is happening, and all that. I want to appreciate the Fourth Estate. You also reported extensively in the media on some of the challenges. The 10-point agenda, of course, is inclusivity, includes in one of the agenda, and we will look at particularly where Kenyans are included, where are they, what kind of service they are receiving in terms of Article 43, in terms of water, education, food, and other considerations. We will look at the inclusivity at the government level, the national level, in terms of disaggregated, in terms of Kenyans, gender, where the youth are, where other groups are there. The other thing we want to focus on inclusivity is where the county government, in terms of inclusivity in the Kenyan people, in terms of the employment, in terms of providing equitable service delivery, and all that. The other thing we are pursuing in the 10-point agenda, which I believe and is dear to me, is the right to peaceful assembly and protest. We are looking at that, and ODM party leader, the late Raila Amolo Odinga, was interested in all of them, but he put a lot of emphasis on the right to peaceful assembly, demonstrations, and all that. And how can Kenyans, whether young or old, can be protected while they are voicing their concerns and interests. We were with the National Police Service today Commission. They have informed us. We will meet with the IG and the Deputy IG, and we will listen to them what happened, the protest, which was very ugly in this country. We want Kenya to shine regionally, nationally, and internationally. We don't want to see Kenya violating the fundamental rights of Kenyans. I want to thank the media. Yesterday we were with the president. It's not that the president never wanted to see us. We had a schedule of appointments, and he has stated his commitment from the day he signed up to date. We met with the current party leader of ODM, Dr. Oburu, and they are very keen to see the committee's work is rolled out without impediment or hindrance in terms of all support and commitment to that spirit of the letter. We appreciate everybody to support us, to join us, and the work we are doing actually is somehow auditing the Constitution of Kenya. Looking at this time point is very broad, and those are fundamental focus of Kenyan citizen. So we will look at how this has been implemented. This country has been regarded as a country with a strong and progressive constitution, legislations, and programs. But I think this committee's work is very unique because it's the first time in history to oversee the implementation of policies, legislation, our 2010 constitution, which is regarded as progressive, and the programs of the state. I think you should appreciate that this is the first time this country is looking at where are we in terms of our constitution, in terms of legislation, policies, and programs. Thank you. That is the end of me.
Thank you so much, Honorable Fatuma Ibrahim. And now, especially for the voice of the youth, who constitute a large percentage of this country, we respect your views. We are hearing you. Mr. Kiarie.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. And a Happy New Year to all Kenyans. For those who we have not interacted this year, my name is Kevin Kiarie, a member of this committee. First is to notify Kenyans that I'm the youngest member of this committee. That is showing the commitment of the two principles led by our president of inclusivity, of putting the young people on the table. As it has been announced, we have had several engagements with several stakeholders, most of them being government ministries, departments, and agencies, and even independent offices and institutions. And from our last meeting, which we had today with the Parliamentary Affairs, State Department for Parliamentary Affairs, we agreed that there are a number of issues or bills that needs the input of the committee for us to be able to unlock and even liaise in the two state departments, that's the State Department for Youth Affairs and the State Department for Parliamentary Affairs, such as the National Youth Council Act that for the longest has been an hindrance for the young people's voice being heard in government. We have also agreed on the fast tracking of the youth bill and the creative economy bill for our creatives in our country. We have also agreed on the aspect of youth inclusivity in political parties and the subsequent fast track of the political amendment bill, so that we have the voice of young people in political parties to be heard. Again, the congresses of youth of these political parties, the youth congresses of these political parties to be funded. What we want to champion, and my role here as a committee member, is even beyond our term, is to ensure that we change the trajectory of our nation. Never again do we want to have a situation whereby one of the agenda items in any government is issues to do with inclusivity of the youth and promotion of the livelihood for the youth. Again, from our interactions with the stakeholders, we are cognizant of the fact of the progress that has been made by government on issues to do with promotion and economic empowerment for the youth. We are looking at one of our stakeholders being the Public Service Commission, so that we talk to them on how we can reduce the number of experience that young people are required when they are applying for jobs. You find, for instance, at the Ministry of Youth Affairs, there's a position of Secretary of Youth Affairs that requires you to have 15 years experience. So for you to get that job, it means you need to be 45 years and above. You are past the youth bracket, yet your principal secretary, who is your boss, is a youth. Some of these raft measures, you'll find them in our final report, and even as we do our periodic report to the principals, like we had yesterday, we are informing them that so far this is where we are, this is where we are heading, and we want to bring every youth, irrespective of your party, whether you're in the united opposition, whether you support broad-based or not, as long as you're a Kenyan and you're a youth, we are looking forward to hearing from you. We are looking forward to your written memorandum, so that your view and your opinion forms part of taking or changing the trajectory of our nation. Thank you very much. We look forward to interacting with you on February 2nd at Mombasa County as we interact with the youth from Coast Region, that is Lamu, Kilifi, Kwale, Tana River, and Taita Taveta. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kiare. And as this interaction goes on, you will find names that are going to be critical for you to be able to relate with. One is Mr. Meli, who is here. He's the administrator of this committee. And we also have a technical expert called Mr. Adede. So in most of the forums and in most of the communication we'll be making, you'll find their telephone numbers. Please feel free to interact. We have other members we shall shortly introduce, and I allow the Vice Chair, Mr. Bigambo, kindly.